Y'all, I'm on here being obedient, like always. But I don't know who this message may be for. But God had gave me a beautiful revelation of the men with the talents in Jonah. See, I always call myself Jonah because I was I'm gonna put it like this. I'm getting out of being cowardly and having faith in what it is that God is calling for me to do. So let me just go on and tell you what he was telling me. So there's many of us that have talents, but we are afraid to use them because of the fact we are afraid of what people may say, think, whether it will prosper, things like that. We don't have things aligned. But when God is telling you to do it, just do it. And I'm going to just give you this revelation because it's coming to my mind. So the men with the 3 talents, you got one with 1 talent, the other one with 5, and the other one with 10. The one with the 1, he buried his talent because he didn't want to basically reveal his talent. So he buried it. So his master came to him and was like, hey, why are you burying your gift? And he was like, I don't want it. So instead of him having that and burying it, God gave it to the one that had 10. Well, his master gave it to the one that had 10 because he knew that he would use those talents. God doesn't give us talents. God doesn't give us gifts to not use them. And if you, like my mom and my daddy used to tell me, if you don't use them, you're going to lose them. Okay. And sometimes God will make you, he will make you do it because you are the one that he had anointed and appointed to do it. And that's just like Jonah. Jonah, he did not want to go to Nineveh to testify about, God with them. He didn't want to teach them anything about God. But God was telling Jonah, hey, I need for you to go to these people because they don't know me. And I need for you to show them who I am. And Jonah told God, no, I'm not going to do that because they don't deserve that. They are bad people. And I'm not doing it. So what Jonah did, he hid. He tried to hide away from God. Like how? Now, when he hid away from God, God always found him, of course. But he tried to hide he tried to hide 2 times now. He was hiding in, I think he was hiding in somebody's house first. They was like, Jonah, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm hiding. I'm hiding from God. And they're like, why? He's calling me to go to Nineveh and I don't want to go. So then that's when he got on a boat with a whole bunch of unbelievers. And a storm came and it was so horrible. It was rocking the boat, rocking. And they was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? What is happening? And they started praying to their idols and stuff. And they was like, what is going on? And Jonah basically told them, hey, look, I'm gonna just let y'all know right now, God, he's calling me to do something and I don't want to do it and I'm trying to hide from him. So just throw me over. So Jonah thought that he could have offed himself and it would have been done. But God said no. So instead, Jonah, he wound up going into a belly of a fish. And I think he resided in there for 3 days. Okay. And in that time, you could just imagine, first day he probably was freaking out. He probably was freaking out like, oh my gosh, like ain't no way I'm in the belly of a fish. Like what? And yeah, God does things where no eye have seen and no ear has heard of. And he was like, oh my God. He probably was like, oh my gosh, I'm in the belly of a fish. Like, how I'm gonna get out? Like, how I'm gonna get out? He probably tried to do everything to get himself out of that fish. But God wouldn't let him. He had to actually get into a surrendering point. Jonah didn't know that it was gonna be only 3 days. And that's how some of us are. We don't know when God is going to release it, what we're praying for, or what we fasting for, or things like that, like his promises. So until he finally surrendered, that's when God finally allowed him to be released from the belly of the fish. And I think that the fish had puked him out or something. I don't know. But when he was released from the fish, so his captivity, okay, when he was released from his surrendering mode or cocoon to become that butterfly, he had to surrender. But when he was released from the belly of the fish, guess where he winded up? Exactly where God told him to go. He winded up in Nineveh, and he was ready to fulfill God's promises, because guess what happened? His faith overcame his fear. And he just wanted to do God's will, because as you could tell, God was not letting him escape, because that was something that was required of him. And see, God is calling some of us to be generational curse breakers. He's calling us to be billionaires. He's calling us to be ministers, all types of things. Writing your own book, making your own brand, like just doing different things. And my thing is, what God is calling for you will be for you and you alone, because he already tested you. You've seen how he have already came for you in so many situations and so many circumstances, and you still lack faith. But until you get into that surrendering mode, or in that surrendering state, that's when God will release you. And that's what's going on with me. I was like Jonah. I was like, God, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I don't have this, I don't have that. I'm so fixated on God's promises to the point that I'm not even like focusing on what he is calling for me to do. I'm trying to figure out, why are you so silent? Whole time he wasn't silent. I just wasn't listening. I was filling my head up with so much social media this, social media that, because I'm not gonna lie, I ain't got no friends. But it is what it is. But I was just like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Like, what if they say this? What if my stuff don't be promoted? What if they don't like it? Different things like that. And God just like, get out of that fear. So that is what I am doing a series on, is overcoming my fear, because God is calling many of his remnant to come forth and to bust heaven wide open, because your talents, your gifts, it's not just for you, it's for many. And like he say, when much is given, much is required. And you're asking God for a breakthrough, but what are you doing to receive that breakthrough? Are you like Jonah, or are you like the man with the talents?